Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the TNT podcast. I'm your host, Hobby, and this is my boy, T-Roll.
What's up?
All right, everybody. We are here to talk about the UFC Fight Night, Borralho versus Nassourdine Imavov. Just to start off, this is a banger card. Banger card. If you didn't tune into it, try to watch some highlights on it or something. Great card. We'll get into the reasons for that later, but we're just going to jump straight into it. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful week, wherever you guys are at right now. We're going to jump straight into it, though, with the first fight being a women's strawweight fight, Shauna Bannon versus Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes gets a sub finish in round two. Let's hear what you guys say about this one, Trev.
Yeah, no, excellent performance from Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes was actually my pick for this one, and
Nice.
I think she was a crafty enough vet. I think she could really she's really good against these up and comers most of the time. So I had her winning by decision or submission. So this
Nice.
one was a good one for me. Not an overall great card for me betting wise, but
Mm.
it was an awesome card to watch. I was blessed. Sam Hughes, excellent work with the takedowns, excellent work with the control. Shauna Bannon just didn't look like she just knew how to get up
Mm-hmm.
or defend any of the submission attempts. So
Yep. They only
yeah,
actually qualified only just the actual sub as the only
right.
submission attempt. But Sam Hughes did shoot 3 takedowns, and only one of them got stopped. 5 minutes and 30 seconds of control time. So obviously, pretty much the entire fight of control time, considering that there was only about like 8 minutes of fight time, so quite a bit of it. She was a heavy favorite going into this fight, so she did what everybody expected her to do. But yeah, definitely looked like Bannon was just not prepared at all for any of that kind of business. So, but a great performance from Sam Hughes. Nice to see a women's finish. That's always good. So that was a good fight. And that's just the beginning, folks. Moving out right on up the card to Andreas Gustafsson versus Renat.
I couldn't even pronounce it if I wanted to.
We're gonna try here. We're gonna try here. Fak, uh, Fakharetdinov, something like that.
Pakretinov,
Yeah, something like that.
Pakretinov,
Um,
Pakretinov.
we're just gonna call him Renat for the rest of this. But Renat ended up getting a TKO in round one, very early too. In round one, under a minute. He was actually the underdog going into this fight, so definitely an upset based off the betting odds at least. Um, no takedowns or anything in this fight. Definitely all on the ground. Is I mean, let me
One minute,
that
you
sounds
know.
dumb. It was only a minute, but just a quick fight for Renat here, and takes Andreas Gustafsson out early.
Well, hey, it doesn't stop Hamza from shooting in the first 10 seconds, so why
It's
should it
true.
stop
That's
anybody
true.
else for you?
That's true.
But yeah, no, I had Renaud also winning this, even though I do love Andreas Gustafsson.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of sad to see, but it's hard when I forgot what strike it was exactly that knocked out Gustafsson, but I think it was like yeah, it was the left hand. Yeah, backed him up with the left hand against the cage and just started going off on him.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know if this I don't know if it was this fight or if it was the next fight where did you see the post fight interview where the dude was like, never ever he's like, never ever believe in yourself, always give up.
No, I did not see that. I did not see that. That that must have been the next. I don't remember that at all. But that's so funny. Did he like mean to say the opposite and just mess it
Yeah,
up?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, hold on. I'll
That's
see
so
who it
funny.
is.
That is so
Uh,
funny. But yeah,
oh, yeah, it was the next fight.
it was the next
Right,
fight.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to finish off Cap in this fight, 23 strikes, total strikes, and all of them were considered significant strikes from Renat, and only 5 for Gustafson. So he just pretty much got in there and got beat up really fast. And Renat ends up finishing this one with a TKO very early, and gets him out of there nice and quick. So now we'll move up to the fight that Trev is talking about right now. Brad Tavares versus Robert Brychek. This was Robert got the 3rd round TKO. Pretty early in the 3rd round, about 2 minutes into the 3rd round. So it was Robert that said that.
Yeah, it was Robert
That's
Brychek.
so
Yeah,
funny.
after the fight, he said it in his post-fight victory speech, you know. But yeah, no, it was a good fight overall. Brad Tavares was looking good in round 2. I think Brychek was just a little too aggressive, a little too powerful for him.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, dope to see. I voted this one not going the distance on my betting cards. I didn't really have somebody winning, but glad to see Robert Brychek get the knockout there. And
Definitely.
yeah, hilarious. Never ever give up, or never ever believe in yourself. Always give up. That's it's gonna be a.
There's
I have
one
to send it
thing.
to you.
If
It's
there's
so
one
funny.
thing that you guys can learn from an MMA fighter is just always give up. Never believe in yourself. He
Definitely from
was.
watching Anthony Smith. You might believe that.
You might believe that. He was actually the underdog going into that fight as well. So 2 back-to-back underdog wins, finishing in a TKO. Both of them only have 1 takedown. Brad did shoot 2 more takedowns after that, or not after that, but extra than that, but did not land them. They had exactly 1 minute and 22 seconds each on the ground, exact same amount of time of ground control, and the strikes are also pretty similar. Like you said, like in that 2nd round, Brad was looking good, but just in that 3rd round, Robert was just able to step in and use his power against Brad and just take him out in that 3rd round. But yeah, just to clarify, if you haven't already picked up on the trend, there was only 2 decisions in this entire card. The rest were all either subs or knockouts or TKOs. Pretty awesome night.
And the decisions, for the most part, weren't even that bad.
Yeah, the decisions weren't boring or anything like that. But yeah, this was a crazy, exciting card. Definitely was keeping people on their toes. But yeah, Robert gets the win there. Looked good. Yeah, he looked good, and ended up getting the win there. Anything else you gotta say about that one?
No, fun fight to watch.
Always give up on yourself. Just remember that. Next on the card, we had Sam Patterson versus Trey Waters, and Sam Patterson was able to get a TKO finish here in round 1, 3 minutes into the fight. No ground time here for any of the fighters. Sam Patterson was a favorite going into this, so he did what he's supposed to do. Pretty significant, or pretty similar strikes and stuff. 25 to 18, not like a huge difference or anything like that. But Sam was just landing a lot more headshots than Trey was, so that probably was doing it for him, and ended up helping him get the victory by finish.
Yeah, well, Sam Patterson basically had Trey Waters out on his feet. Like it was basically a standing knockout. So
yeah, basically, yeah.
The power in those shots, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. It was 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm sure he was like by the first minute he was already out of it. In the second minute, I mean, I was glad when the ref finally stepped in because it was getting rough to watch.
He was trying to get beat up pretty good. But yeah, Sam Patterson able to get in there, get a victory in the round 1. So he's 14-2-1 right now. He's looking pretty good. We'll see. I'm not sure. I don't believe he's ranked. Yeah, do you know off the top of your head? I don't think he is.
No, he's not.
So I don't know. Maybe they're gonna try to get him in the ranks here soon. I'm not really sure. I'd have to let me look at his recent fights because I'm not sure if he's on a win streak or what. Yeah, he is. He's on a 4-fight win streak right now.
Nice.
So he's fighting pretty good recently. So we'll see if that potentially gets him maybe a fight or 2 away from some ranked opponents, or maybe sooner than that. But he looked good. He was
I,
like you
I will
said.
say this is one that didn't hit for me. I
Oof.
did have Trey Waters on this one,
Yep.
but sad to see. But honestly, hey, good for Sam Patterson.
Yeah.
That was a dope knockout, dope
Yeah.
TKO, and I was happy to see it.
Yeah. Good for Sam Patterson. And that's even more interesting. That's coming off a 3 fight win streak for Trey Waters as well. So he shut down his win streak that he also had going there. They were both fighting pretty much for a 4 fight win streak. Um, so good for him to stop his flow that he had or that Trey Waters had going, and get himself some of his own mojo going. So he's on a 4 fight win streak. We'll see what their plan is for him next. But yeah, great fight for Sam Patterson. Not much else to say. Moving on up the card, we have Harry Hardwick versus, I don't know how you pronounce that E in his name. Is it Quay Fernandez?
Cal Fernandez, I think is
Cal
what it
Fernandez.
is.
Cal
I
Fernandez.
think.
Cal Fernandez gets the TK or the KO, I believe. It was a KO, yes.
It was a TKO,
Okay,
leg
TKO.
kick.
Like, oh
He
yes, that's right.
he messed up Harry Hardwick's calf.
10 leg kicks. I remember this now. Lots of leg kicks. He was messing up both legs, not just one. He was messing up both of his legs. Lots of leg kicks. But yeah, so I mean, he had 3 times as many strikes as Harry, but a lot of those were coming from the ground or from the to the legs. I mean, he was just rifling off leg kicks. Ended up getting the TKO by the leg kick. Now I do remember that now. It's been a few days now. We're recording this on Monday, so it's been a couple of days. So I'm kind of forgetting some of the fights, but it was a good fight. Cow was messing up, like I said, he's messing up his legs. What else you got on that one, Trev?
Yeah, no, super fun to watch those leg kicks, those calf
Mm-hmm.
kicks. It was really mean. It wasn't even thigh kicks. I think any of them. I
Mm-hmm.
think it was mostly all calf,
Yeah, mostly.
and he threw him kind of like Alex Pereira with that kind of whipping motion,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and Harry Hardwick's legs just looked so red by
Yeah.
like a minute in. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is another one that I didn't have somebody winning. I also didn't have this one going the distance, but I saw Harry Hardwick having just as much of a chance. But man, once those leg kicks happened, he
Mm.
couldn't even punch anymore just because he couldn't get any power in his legs.
Yeah.
All of his speed was taken away. So
Yeah.
great for Cal Fernandez, and I can't wait to see him again because
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
Yeah, he looked great. It'll be interesting to see what he's got coming up. He is on a 3 fight win streak as well after this last win that he just had. So we'll see how they want to move him up the list moving forward. And for Harry, you know, his legs are probably messed up pretty bad. You know, I'm sure he's not feeling super great right now. This was his first fight in the UFC, or at least in recent. I'm not really for sure. I know that he was in Cage Warriors for his last at least last 4 fights. But he won all of those in the Cage Warriors. So I believe this might have been his first UFC fight, unless he had been in the UFC before and got kicked out or something. I'm not totally for sure about that. I can do a little bit more research. Let's see. Yeah, he this was his first UFC fight. He's fought a little bit in Bellator, quite a bit in Cage Warriors, and a few other smaller ones. But so first UFC fight, and he's getting his legs taken out from under him pretty much. So not ideal for him, but I don't think he I don't think he necessarily looked bad. He just was getting his legs just eaten up alive. You know what I mean? So
I will say, funnily enough, I got a For You page TikTok video of Harry Hardwick's page, and literally 3 months ago he was talking about the calf kick and how he was thinking about it and gonna work on it.
and he did not work on it very well, I guess, because
The comments were flaming him.
you know, you gotta be careful what you're posting on the internet because it all comes back to bite you at some point. Unless it doesn't, but most of the time at some point it's gonna come back to bite you. I love always watching the most recent one I saw was for a football game or whatever, and it was talking about the Chiefs. This Chiefs fan was first Chiefs game on Friday. I can't wait for them to win or whatever. But this was on yesterday. This was on Saturday, so it already happened and they lost. And the whole comment section was like, "Uh oh, what happened to that win or whatever?" It always comes back to bite you. People always find it after you've lost, so you gotta be
Yep.
careful what you're posting out there. But moving on up the card, we had a heavyweight fight between Marcin Tybura versus Ante Delija. Delija? Yeah, I think it was right. But Ante got the TKO in the first round. Another first round finish by TKO. Um, he was landing a lot of shots to Marcin's head. Lots of shots there. Um, but Marcin did have a little bit of ground time, a little bit of ground control time. Um, I'm not really remembering this one very much. Because it's showing that there was no takedown. So do you remember how he was getting those? Oh well, because I guess maybe it was when because there's no takedowns, but he has a minute and 18 of control time. Could that be in the clinch as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Okay.
Yeah, like against the cage.
Yeah. Okay. So, but yeah, Ante gets the. It was Ante had even odds, but Marcin was the favorite going into this, and so again another underdog. I guess not technically an underdog because he was even, but it was higher odds for Marcin. So I guess technically he's an underdog. But ends up getting another underdog win on the card. So that's pretty exciting. It's always fun when you're going into these fights and like a lot of the people that are favorited are not winning because like that's how you know like people weren't necessarily expecting all these fights to go this way. Like you said, a lot of your bets did not hit or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but Ante
Yeah.
looked good. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I also I had Martin Tybura for this. And sad to see him lose, but yeah, hey, Ante Delije looked absolutely racked out there. Like he was
Mm-hmm.
just way more fast, way more powerful. And like it's kind of sad to say because like if a heavyweight can look decent on the feet, it's like instantly it's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that could be a top five contender right there. That's
For real, for real.
like that's what I thought watching him. I think you can probably start getting him into those higher ranked fights and he'll do well.
I think so. I think so as well. And like a lot of the like Cyril Gone and stuff like that, and those guys, the ones that move really well in heavyweight, like they're all talking about how it's just like kind of like a different era of heavyweights right now. Like the ones that are actually able to move and stuff like really well are gonna start being able to see a lot of success just because when you're fighting a guy that's not good at moving and stuff, you're able to move so much faster than him, and you can tire him out very quickly, and it's hard to fight when you're really really tired. So that's another reason why you know like being able to move and stuff like that at such like a bigger size is like such a huge advantage for these heavyweights that are able to really just keep it moving in the cage. This
And
was this. Go ahead.
I do want to say Ante Delije has been working with Tom Aspinall for this
Oh,
camp. So
mm, makes sense. Mm,
uh like it's good to see that Tom Aspinall is putting out
yeah,
some good heavyweight fighters.
for sure. This was Ante's first fight in the UFC as well. He's been fighting most recently with the PFL until this fight. So pretty awesome for him to come into the UFC and get his first win in a good fashion for sure. So getting a finish in your first fight is awesome. So I totally agree. I think he'll move up the rankings pretty quick, being such a guy that can move and stuff so well. So I think he'll move up pretty quick and probably get some bigger fights here, like not too far away. So good for Ante. Moving up the card, we have Umar Sai. Or sorry, no, sorry, I thought I skipped the fight. Umar Sai versus Brenson Ribeiro. Uh, Umar got a TKO in this one in round one, another round one finish. He was a huge favorite though, minus 700 favorite. So obviously people were expecting this, and he came out and did exactly what he was supposed to do. Shot 4 takedowns, landed 2 of them. So some decent takedown defense from Brenson, but still Umar still had like over 3 minutes of control time. So he was just looking pretty dominant from like the takedowns and the ground game, but then obviously ends up getting a TKO to finish it off in the first round, pretty much with like 15 seconds left. So definitely snuck it in there at the end, but he ended up getting the first round finish. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, Omar Sy looked really good with the
Mm-hmm.
takedowns, with the control.
Mm-hmm.
Looked pretty good on the feet, but honestly, it's that ground and pound that did it for him. So,
Yeah.
like, I think I had, I had Omar as well winning this. I had a money line one on him, so that was nice to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, good control for Omar Sy, and he's light heavyweight. I think he'll also look pretty good going up in
Okay.
the rankings.
Okay.
Yeah.
What when you're betting, what are you using? Like what app?
What am I? I use DraftKings for the most
DraftKings.
part.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it really depends on the money line, like what the
Yeah.
money lines look like
Right.
for each
Right.
app. But
Right. I was
yeah,
just curious. So yeah, that wraps up. So sorry, good for Umar. Yeah, I agree. I think he's gonna do well in light heavyweight. We'll just have to see how it goes moving forward. But that ends the prelims. Now we get into the main card, which had a lot of these fights, or not a lot of these fights. The top two fights were France versus Brazil, and then you had two other French fighters. Obviously, these fights were in France, so that makes sense. There's a lot of French fighters in here, as there should be. But this actually starts us off for the main card with our first decision of the night, 1 out of 2. William Gomez gets the unanimous decision 30-27, 29-28, 29-28 against Robert Ruchella, or Ruchella. I'm not sure if that you pronounce a CH with a ch or a sh, but um, he ends up getting a unanimous decision. Um, he was the favorite going into this, minus 300. It's not like a huge favorite, but definitely a favorite. What do you think about this fight?
yep. Another one of these bets that hit for me, William Gomez. Had him by decision or knockout.
Nice.
So good to see him win. It was honestly a super fun fight to watch. Not very active on the feet,
Yeah.
really, for I think it going to decision, but good fun scrambles, good
Yeah.
takedowns.
Mm-hmm.
In the third round, Robert hit Gomez with a head kick,
Mm-hmm.
wobbled him pretty good. But Gomez, I think, was just overall throughout the whole fight was just more dominant, so he
Yeah.
gets the decision win.
Yep.
And yeah,
Yeah, Robert shot 6 takedowns and Gomez shot two. 2 for 6 for Robert and 2 for 2 for William. So he definitely was landing those takedowns as well, and also defending the takedowns as well too. But Robert did have a lot more ground control time than him. But like you said, a lot of good scrambles, a lot of good shots and stuff like that for takedowns. But yeah, not super busy on the feet. But William Gomez was able just to keep more pressure on during the entire fight, and it ends up getting the unanimous decision. All right, moving up the card. Next fight is Axel Sola versus Reese McKee. Excuse me. We had a third round finish by TKO or knockout. I believe this is a TKO. But by TKO in the third round, 2 minutes and 2 seconds into the third round. Axel was the favorite going into this, but a very light favorite, only 150 going into it. Shot 4 takedowns, only landed one, but did have 3 minutes of control time compared to no control time for Rice McKee at all. What did you see in this fight? What did you like?
yeah, no, this one was super fun to watch. I believe it was like a body shot
Mm,
that knocked Reese McKee down to get for him to Axel Sola to get that TKO finish.
mm,
But yeah, no, it was super fun to watch. Also not very active, but from the strikes I did see, it was a lot of fun to watch. And the one takedown Axel did get,
yeah,
I think it was a, if I'm trying to remember, I think it was against the cage, like kind of just a drag down.
mm,
But yeah, no, Axel Sola looked real good. And so did Reese McKee.
yeah,
Really, it was back and forth, and then Axel Sola just folded him over with that body shot. So
yeah. Reese McKee's had a kind of a struggle. He's had 4 fights in the UFC so far, and he's 1-3 so far. So he's not doing super great in the UFC. But that was Axel's first fight in the UFC. He's been fighting mainly in Aries FC or Aries Ares.
Yeah, Aries.
Aries FC, and he's been. It looks like he was a champ in that league. So
11
this
and 0 looks promising.
11-0 looks promising. A lot of that something I'm noticing going through all these fights is that like a lot of these fighters are like it's like their first time on a UFC fight at all. Like no Dana White Contender Series or anything like that. Just straight into it and so far the three that I know for sure are brand new to the UFC are it's 2-1, so only one got lost. So Axel coming in here, getting an opponent that has struggled in the UFC but does have experience in the UFC. To get a win like that is huge for him. Able to get the third round finish, and yeah, he looked good in it. We'll see. 11-0. He's like you said, looking good. So we'll see if he can keep moving up that welterweight list, and see how he does moving forward. This is his first fight, so we'll see what they want to give him next. Moving forward, but
Yeah.
he looked good. Next fight, we had a lightweight fight between Balogi Oki and Mason Jones. Mason Jones was able to get the TKO with some elbows in round 2, 3 minutes and 18 seconds in. He was the favorite going into this, so another fight where the favorite did win right here. So he did what he was supposed to do. Had a lot more ground control time as him, or just control time in general than Balaji, but looked good. What did you see in this one? What did you like, dislike?
Yeah, no, great ground control for Mason Jones.
Mm-hmm.
This is one fight that did not hit for me. I was going for the underdog on this one,
Mm.
but still a fun fight to watch.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
control time did get a little boring to watch at times,
Mm-hmm.
but Oki had no answer,
Yeah.
and shout out to Mason Jones. I think it was it ground and pound that one? I think.
I think it was ground and pound elbows. It says victory by elbows. I believe it was ground and pound elbows. Um, he
Yeah. He slammed him. He slammed him and then
oh yeah,
started elbowing him.
right. So yeah, but he looked good. And yeah, like you said, Oki just had no answer for him. He did try to get a submission attempt in there. At some point, can't really remember exactly what time, but he did try to get a submission attempt. Didn't really get anything out of it, but ends up getting the finish in round 2, and takes care of Oki. Does very well against him. So we'll see. They both have had a couple fights in the UFC. So we'll see how both of them can move on after this. We'll see what Oki gets, what Mason Jones gets in that lightweight division, which we all know is very stacked. So you're gonna have to be pretty good to get to the top of this weight class, but you never know. Mason Jones is undefeated so far in the UFC, so maybe he can keep it going and be one of those top names someday. Who knows? All right, next up on the card, we had Modestas Bakaskas,
Caucus.
Bakakis versus Paul Craig. Retirement fight for Paul Craig. A true legend of the game. I've been seeing Paul Craig fight for a long time. He's a legend. Love his Scottish accent. It's always awesome. But in round 1, it must have been. Oh, didn't he finish? Wasn't he pretty much out when the buzzer went off?
Yeah, Modestas Bukakis gets him down, controls him, starts getting a lot of ground and pound off towards the end of the round, and then with the final second lands just a fucking nasty elbow that cuts up
That's
Paul
right.
Craig bag,
That's
and
right.
Paul Craig didn't want to get up after the round ended, and I think the ref just called it right after that.
Yeah. But, a true legend, Paul Craig, congrats on retirement, unfortunate to go out on a loss like that, but he was a pretty heavy underdog going into this fight, but congrats to him on retirement, after a great career. And I hope that he has a great retirement, enjoys his time off now, spend more time with his family and whatnot. But yeah, that was once he got Paul Craig to the ground, started landing some ground and pound, and like you said, that nasty elbow at the end that cut him up pretty bad. Um, Ended up finishing the fight right there. So yeah.
Yep.
So congrats to Modestus, and also congrats to Paul Craig on a great retirement and a great career. Next on the list, we had Benoit Saint Denis versus Mauricio Ruffy. T-Roll actually asked me about this on stream. A little shout out. I do stream on Twitch, Hobson6, for some gaming stuff, but subtle plug. But he actually did ask me on stream if I thought that Ruffy could win this, and I said yes. So I led him astray. Because Saint Denis ends up getting a nasty submission on Ruffy in round 2, about 3 minutes in. What do you have to say about this one?
Yeah. I had Marcio Ruffy getting around 2 KO on my betting card, so sad to see for me. But I do love Benoit Saint Denis as well, so happy for him.
Yeah, for
beautiful.
sure.
I think it was the rear naked choke from Benoit Saint Denis.
Correct.
Yeah, got his back. Nasty. I mean, honestly, he didn't get a lot of his takedowns, but the ones he did get mattered the most, and he was able to capitalize on Ruffy's lack of ground game that he showed clearly in that fight. But honestly, good takedown defense from Ruffy, just couldn't do a lot once the ground was implemented.
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree, but yeah, great sub from Saint Denis. It was a nasty sub. All the fans there were obviously super happy about that, with him being French. So, but a great fight, all in all, from Saint Denis, and ends up locking in that choke in the second round to end it. And moving on now to the main event of the evening, Nassourdine Imavov versus Caio Borralho. And
Borralho.
I can't even pronounce that one. I'm sorry. Borralho?
Caio Borralho. I'm just as lost as you are, brother.
Okay. But Nassourdine gets the unanimous decision, 50-45, 49-46, 49-46. He was the underdog going into this fight. A lot of people had Caio winning, but they were wrong. The scores kind of make it seem like very, very dominant, no? Or am I wrong?
So, okay, yeah, let's talk about that 50-45.
Yeah, I don't love that, like, because I thought it was like, I didn't think that like Caio won or anything like that, but I did think it was like a lot closer than 50-45. I was like, whoa, that's like.
I think Caio probably won rounds. I think it was 3, and one was, you might be able to give him one, but Imavov honestly had a couple eye pokes that he didn't get mistaken for.
True.
True. Caio Borralho just couldn't get the takedowns off. I really think that was gonna be his game plan once he got to the ground, was to control there. But Imavov, I mean, he's dangerous on the ground too.
Yeah. True.
But
his takedown defense was spectacular. Caio went 0 for 5 on takedowns, so Nassourdine was looking great on the takedown defense side of it, and then was able to get the unanimous decision. It was definitely a brawl, though. I mean, it was definitely a great fight. I mean, both people were landing good punches and solid combos and stuff, but Nassourdine was just able to pull out the victory in the end.
Yeah, I think Imavov just had Caio Borralho more on the back foot for the most fight.
I agree. Well, because he kind of caught him early with some big ones kind of earlier in the fight, and I think that just was kind of making Caio kind of like back off a little bit and be more back foot and a little bit more worried about those punches, because he also got caught with a couple spinning elbows, I believe, and stuff like that when he was creeping in. He was like coming in and he kept getting caught with some spinning back.
Imavov was countering a lot better. The shots that Caio was landing weren't as good. Honestly, it kind of seemed like, I know Caio has a good tank, but like a good gas tank, but he looked gassed even though he was having higher output than Imavov.
Yeah, he did look gassed though. He did look gassed, yeah. But
So,
yeah, I don't know. You
but
you never
shout out
know.
to Imavov.
Yeah, shout out to Imavov, not taking anything away from
I
him,
don't know
but
what these judges are on, but you know,
you know, we
I'm
never
not
know.
that I'm saying it's robbery, not, but like, I also thought Imavov was gonna win it, but
Yeah, yeah.
when I heard 50-45 immediately, I was like, oh
Because
no.
that's 5, 10, 9 rounds. That means that Caio doesn't win a single round, and I don't
Yeah.
think that he didn't win a single round. I think he arguably could have won 2 rounds, but definitely 1 round. But it is what it is, you know. There was only one judge that thought that. The other judges thought that Caio won one of the rounds. So, but all in all, a great card. Only having two decisions on a card, and them both being like pretty good like decisions, like entertaining wise, and then having the rest be finishes is awesome. I believe there was only like 2 subs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, only
Yeah, I think
so
so.
2 subs, and then the rest are either knockouts or TKOs. Some really good fights. Great card in France. The fans brought it out. The fans came out to support and were like very loud and very supportive of their fighters and stuff like that. So that's always awesome to see when the UFC goes to other countries and stuff, that the fans really show up, because sometimes you go to a new place and like the fans don't really show up that much, and then it's just kind of like a awkward kind of scene. But not in this case. The fans were loving it, and a lot of their fighters were getting the wins. So good for them. Um, I don't think all the French fighters won, but I think a lot of, actually, yeah, all the French fighters won.
Hey, shout out
Good.
to France.
Shout out to France. Good for
Hey,
them.
better than the last time they were in France. You know
Better
what
than the
happened
last time.
then?
What?
Brian Battle. You think I'm gonna lose to a fist fight to a French dude?
Brian Battle, who's now out of the UFC because he can't make weight.
Out of the UFC because he can't make weight. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just jump really quick to the next card coming up, which is going to be Noche UFC, which is Lopez versus Silva. Let's just touch on a few fights in here. Obviously, we'll talk about the Diego Lopez John Silva fight, obviously. Or is it Gene or John? I think it's Gene, yeah?
Gene Silva, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, also,
I say John though. I think. I don't
John?
know.
Oh, who knows?
I
Also, Alex Hernandez, who just fought Chase Hooper, I believe, like only like a month ago. I could be wrong about that, but feel like it wasn't that long ago. But he's back in this card as well. Any other huge name, or not huge names, but anybody else super interesting?
Well, Alexander Hernandez, Diego Ferreira is going to be a fun fight to watch. You guys should definitely watch that.
Yes.
Probably got Diego Ferreira winning that fight, in my opinion, but Alexander Hernandez is a beast, so it'll be a fun fight to watch. You should definitely tune in.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Gastelum versus Dustin Stolfus.
Yes.
I think that could be fun. It really depends on how Kelvin puts out.
Yeah.
It's kind of wishy-washy every now and then, but
True.
Rob Font versus David Martinez. That'll be another fun one for sure that I'm going to be looking for.
Yep.
Who
you got
David
winning
Martinez.
this? Who you got
Give me
winning
David
this main event?
Ooh,
Diego
so
Lopez. I know you love the Fighting Nerds.
Look. Fighting Nerds took a big L this Sunday or this Saturday. So
Very true. Very true.
but I do like Jean Silva a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Diego Lopez does win, it's by decision.
Okay.
I think if it's by finish, it's John Silva 1000%.
Okay.
Whether it's by submission or knockout.
Okay. I'm going to go Diego Lopez here. I'm probably going to go by finish. Or no. Yeah, I'm going to go Diego Lopez by decision for my bet.
Am I changing your bet there?
No, I'm trying to think.
Go with your gut, man. You said Diego
I'm gonna
Lopez
go.
by
I'm gonna
finish.
go Diego
Started out.
Lopez with a second round submission.
Second round submission.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I don't know why, because I don't know, but that's just what my gut's saying. So I'm gonna go with that. I could be so wrong. It could be a second.
I think it'll be a high output fight for sure, though.
I think so. I think it'll be a very entertaining fight. Also wanted to say the first fight of the night will be Rodrigo Cesanedo versus Danny Donchenko, and that is the welterweight tough fight championship fight.
Oh,
So that's the first fight of the night. So that will be also be obviously super exciting. I've heard this Danny. I saw him fight on Tough. He looks really, really, really good. So he's from Ukraine. Danny, don't forget that name, guys. Danny Donchenko. He's fighting in the first fight. I have him winning that fight. He looks really, really good. I didn't really see Rodrigo fight at all on the show because I've only watched like the first like 3 episodes. But Danny looked really, really good. So watch out for that fight. I think that'll be a really good fight. Plus, it's got the Tough Championship on the line, with the contract on the line. So they're obviously going to be going out there trying to give it their all. And then obviously those other like three or four fights that we touched on are obviously going to be good fights. And then the rest of the fights are just up to however the fighters turn out. Like, you know, maybe they're all bangers, maybe they're all sleepers. We don't know. But those are the ones we're going to be watching out for, and we hope you guys are all able to tune into it as well. And other than that, that's really all the fights we're going to talk about today. I can't really think of any big MMA news necessarily going on. Can you think of anything that you would like to talk about? Obviously, we
no.
spent like 30 minutes talking about the whole Rampage Jackson's son last week. I haven't really heard anything about that since.
Yeah.
So, nothing really to talk about with that. And other than that, we could talk. Let's talk about Chael Sonnen.
Okay, yeah. We can talk about Chael Sonnen.
Chael Sonnen got slept 3 times.
Hold on. I don't think we were watching the same video here. What
Sonnen
I
got
saw
slept.
was somebody who got so bored during a grappling match that he took a nap to let the opponent, realize how dumb it was of a sub attempt that was going on.
Yeah.
Because we all know Chael Sonnen is
Undefeated.
Undisputed.
We know. We all
still
know.
the best in the world.
We know that,
But
guys. He didn't really lose. He really let the
Chael
other guy
Sonnen
win.
takes 2 naps.
The best part was after he took his second. I'll use your terminology. After he took his second nap, he like gets up and tells her like, "So is it 3 out of 5? Is it 3 out of 5?" And the ref's like, "No, it's 2 out of 3."
No, he actually made a video afterwards specifically stating that he agreed to a best 3 out of 5 match.
Oh, okay.
So he was specifically stating to the ref
We're
that
doing 3 out of 5.
he's deserved one more round. But obviously the ref couldn't allow it, seeing, he was just getting too sleepy out there.
Now Trevor just gave you the Chael Sonnen meat rider take. I'm gonna give you the real take. Chael Sonnen got slept back to back with the same choke twice, and was literally asleep on the guy's chest, like for both of them. Dude, it looked like he was rocking the baby to sleep. He was just tapping. It was Craig, yeah. It wasn't Paul.
Yeah, Craig. Yeah.
But yeah, he literally rocked him to sleep, was patting him on the back, burping him and stuff. It was tough to watch. We all loved Chael. But it was funny. I mean, like, let's be real. Like, nobody was like, I don't think anybody was like expecting him to like win that, because isn't that like one of the best grapplers in the world, right?
Yeah.
I think that's one of the guys that the UFC was trying to get to do the UFC BJJ, but they wouldn't pay him enough money. I think I saw. Pretty sure he was just on a Mighty Mouse video with who's the head fighter. Yeah.
You watched that?
Yeah. So he's like one of the best grapplers in the world, and like Chael hasn't fought in like however many years. So it's not like he got embarrassed or whatever. But it was funny. I mean, he got embarrassed, but it wasn't like people were like.
He handled it with class. Honestly, that's what I love about Chael. Is even in his losses, he can come out looking like a G.
Undisputed. Undefeated.
He comes out with the microphone, giving a big old spiel just to get choked out twice in 2 rounds.
Yeah, that was the best part. We walked out, he gives like this huge speech, and then just gets slapped back to back. It was just so sad. But shout out to Chael, dude. Shout out to Chael. But yeah, I don't really think we have much else to cover. I assume both Trevor and I are looking forward to the fights coming up this weekend. Oh wait, yeah, that's this weekend. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the fights coming up this weekend. Later on in October, Trev and I might be doing a in person together, uh, uh, like a fight recap. So, cause I'll be flying to see Trevor in a couple months here. So
You
we'll
said
see.
eh, yeah,
Hmm.
it's not for 321, is it?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's not for 321,
That'd
is
be
it?
so sick. Dude. That'd be so sick. Um, that is on October. No, that's the weekend after. Unfortunately,
Oh, man.
it's not any of the big fights. Unfortunately.
Hey, Reina the Ritter, it's
Oh,
still a good fight.
yeah, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Rena de Ritter versus Anthony Hernandez. This will be a great fight for us to recap, and we might even where is he? He's in Canada. Probably not gonna be able to watch those ones live, unfortunately. Yeah, it starts at 1 o'clock, and T Row will be working that day, and I will be flying in that day. So, but we'll be able to recap it.
How many flying in, though? Because I could definitely. I mean, like I said, I'm taking a couple days off of work, so.
Well, we'll see. We might have a live for you. We might not. We will see, ladies and gentlemen. But I think that's gonna wrap it up. Trevor, do you have any closing words for the people?
No, I think, what would you rate the card?
Uh, I mean, you have to give it a pretty high ranking. It's so many finishes. I would probably give it like an 8.5.
I honestly think that's good. I'm giving it, let's go 8.3.
Yeah, I like that. The
8.3.
only the only reason it's not like if that was a pay-per-view, that's like a 9.5 card, because there would be bigger names on it. But since it's just like a fight night, there's not the main event and the co-main event and stuff are both like good fights. And there was a lot of great fights in here. Don't get me wrong, but if that would have been like a night where it's like UFC 320 or 321 or something like that, that would have been like crazy. That'd be crazy. But I think 8.3 is like a good number. It was a really really great card for a UFC Fight Night, I would say.
I honestly think the only thing that probably could have made it better is just, like a lot of these TKOs and KOs were very dominant, and I just
Yeah.
wish to see a little more back and
Like
forth.
a little bit more
So,
back and forth. Yeah, I agree. I
yeah.
think if it was a little bit more back and forth, could have got like closer to a 9, but there was a lot of like very one-sided fights for sure. So, but good card. That's what I would rate it. That's what Trevor rated. I gave it 8.5. Trev 8.3. If you want to go check it out, definitely do go watch some highlights, at least of like the main card. I don't think you can watch like the full replay of the prelims, but you can definitely watch the full replay of the main card, and I'm sure you can find a bunch of highlights and stuff like that on YouTube and TikTok and all that, whatever services you use. But anyways, that's gonna close it out for us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you guys are
Thank
new, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a podcast. We do these every week. Every week there's a fight at least, or a fight card. And yeah, we really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace out.